All right. So this is interesting. I'm in a different continent or an island. I'm in Asia. I'm in Japan, and this is my wife's parents' house. And yeah, so I've got like the good old Buddhist shrines over there to our dearly departed, and some memorabilia. Just kind of an old Japanese person's house. Got the vinyls. Old man loves jazz, and we're rooking it from Japan today. I'm I'm using a puck to connect to Wi-Fi so that I can connect from anywhere, and it's convenient. And I'm pretty sure it's really crappy. Um, so I'm gonna go check the stream in a little bit and see if this is of any value at all. Mm. And if it's not, then I'll record it and it won't be streaming. But since no one watches it anyways, it's just as good. Um, let's see what else is fun. I forgot to bring a converter, so I took my Macintosh power cable and like shoved it into like they don't use the third hole, but they use the two prongs. And so if you can find one that like gives space for the third hole, you just let it hang out. So I've got like an extension cord with it shoved right in the end, and it works just fine. Like I checked on it, and Google AI said, "Don't worry, it will work just fine." And the literally said this: the tingling feeling is completely normal and safe. So, and I'm gonna trust it because it's working so far. It's only a $3,000 piece of equipment. Um, what to do today? Oh, I guess updates. We're missing a day in my streams because literally I couldn't stream on the plane, so I just recorded it, and it's not even it's silly. It's just me submitting my application to South Park Commons for just see if I can get into an incubator. That'd be a fun way to make this official rather than just kind of going it alone. It'd be nice to get a community around me. It'd be cool to spend a couple months in San Francisco or New York City. So, you know, wish me luck. If it's a good thing, then hopefully it happen. If it's a dumb thing, hopefully it won't happen. And it's out of my hands now. So, um, today I'm going to just get a little bit of work done on Rook. Um, I've got that document that's actually been a really useful focal point for me for getting through the magic moments. I've got several different magic moments that I'm trying to work through that like, exercise chunks that have to work. So earlier I was just like making issues for things that I knew were broken, but having them aligned towards implementing the magic moments of the platform has really helped kind of flesh out my mind the priorities a bit more. Um, so I'll get a little bit further on one of those. It's again working forward in the stack, I guess backwards, deeper into the stack, so that we can pull the capabilities from the environment repository and make use of them. So that I'll have to rework that a bit. There's something else that I thought was kind of funny too. Oh, not really funny. I remember what it was. I'm taking my camera since like Rook doesn't completely work end to end. Rook lives in my phone, but it's not really doing all the stuff I want to with lat long. That's another one of the magic moments. But I'm taking my camera and I'm taking the weirdest travel pics ever. It just like every time I get to a place where I think Rook might be of some use, I'm taking a confused looking selfie and getting the lat long, and then later I'll have all the lat longs of all these images, and we'll see if you know what I can pull from the internet on a real trip. Because a cool thing I figured out during writing the application is, you know, I've had that same story about let's go to the grocery store and use Rook to get out of the grocery store quickly. That's cool, but a cooler story is I'm traveling. I'm in a place where I can't even freaking read the signs, so I definitely can't type it in to look up stuff. And I can immediately have like what's here and what to do about it, and maybe even APIs. Like I can order food in some places, probably in bigger cities, you'd have better chance of doing that. But you can pop up anywhere in the world and just have your personal travel assistant to guide you through the locale. All right, pretty sure everything about this is lo-fi. I'm going to go to the stream that it's being recorded now and play it back for the sake of humor to watch myself pixelated explain all this stuff to you. Here we go. Oh, that's not it. Is this it? This is it. But it's not this, it's actually this. Oh, that's not too bad. Power cable and like shoved it into like, they don't use the third hole, but they use the two prongs. And so if you can find one that like just recorded it, and it's not for getting bad, not bad. I figured out this. And the screens look good. All right, maybe we're good to go. Oh, that's not too bad. Okay, it's really confusing to look at screens twice, so let's do that. There we go. Someone's UI. Vibe coding is going to be so easy that yeah, got a new podcast here's out. Here's what I want, and here's how I want you to present it to me. And your own Amazon.com is going to present it to you. All right. But let's not stream my personal commentary. Let's go and start hacking on stuff. And I'm going to shut up mostly now. These sessions are mostly actually about working, and they're not so much about being entertaining to an audience. Their documentation, and occasionally I'll pull in guests and stuff, and occasionally I'll like just dictate blog posts live and demonstrate using Rook to turn the content I'm making right now into cool stuff for later. All right. All right, where was I? Let's summon the Rook. Oops. I'm definitely going to need a more ergonomic workstation. This sucks. I'll stand up after some point and show you. I'm sitting on basically a little nightstand, I think, is my desk. Remind me what's up in this repo. look at the Git history for the past week or so and summarize the changes to me so I can regain mental state. You don't have to rummage through the code too much. Alright, today's all about learning about the environment repository, and that's okay. I want you to read the directory and also read the implementations surrounding the environment repository and explain how it works today, because I think we're going to mutate it into something that basically has the same API but a very different storage layer and maybe a little bit more flexibility in the types of things that it can store. Keep an eye out for the types of things that we plan to store in the environment repository, because some of these will change, and keep an eye out for environment decisions. I like the idea of making an environment decision and it applying as long as the hash of the content remains the same, but the very content that we're hashing is going to change. Another change is that, sometimes things are going to be associated with skills that come from the community. Other times it's going to be associated with just assets that we find online, which might be skills, might be MCP servers, might be LLMs.txt, and that's probably going to get stuck into the metadata at some point. So we need to figure out what all that is. Another thing is we're completely going to change the notion of bundles. It used to be named bundles can have combinations of like agent skills and MCPs and applications and a little bit of everything, and you have multiple named bundles. But that's really it's either really heavyweight or it's confusing, especially when we shove it into the file system. Right now we're trying to find a really weird shape in the file system, so it's like really horrible MongoDB, but actually using the file system rather than a proper data store. I think what I'm going to do instead is start sticking stuff into a proper SQL set of tables, because it's going to be more flexible than a fixed directory structure and a lot easier to explain as well. It's just unfortunately a little bit more opaque because you can't flip through directories and find skills, but that's okay. Alright, now do some research and come back to me by writing a write-up about what you found in the ignored directory. Don't be fairly concise, because I just need reminders so I can start brainstorming the changes. Blah, 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 blah. I'm not actually going anywhere, but I'm going to pretend like I am. Oh, oh, it looked like that.
And they don't have the core competencies. When it
screen.
fails, they've got
Check
enough
this out.
budget to absorb and write it off. The startup can evaluate on their customers, which is the true evaluation. My experience with it has moved from being just assisted to morphing into a manager and architect, watching a really smart, fast developer and making sure they stay in line. I am the architect, I'm the product, and I am the manager of naive but much smarter developers. To become a mature person at any thought worker position, you need to stump your toes into the furniture, figuring out the lay of the land and making all the mistakes. That's how you become a good architect, and these agents don't stump their toes.
What does this mean in the future? Do you think human capability gonna go down?
I think we're all doomed.
And this is the end of this conversation today. We'll come back to set.
Oh man, that's great. Oh wow, that's so cool. I'm speaking with Angelina right now, but just because I don't want to show what she's got on the screen, I'll just go to, there we go, monologue, and you can still, for what it's worth, you can see me.
Pull all of these reports state by state.
I don't know, you be quiet. Oh, you guys can't hear my computer when I'm on the screen. Family just got home, which probably means I'm gonna go to onsen soon. Do you know what an onsen is? That is where you go to a public bath, and Americans freak out, but just everyone takes all their clothes off because bathing suits are just gross. That's a cultural thing, and you kind of rinse off because like your own body gunk is actually kind of gross, and then you get in the communal bath, and you just kind of hang out. Really nice hot water. Every place, it's northern Japan, rural. Uh, and every little area has its own kind of vibe to it. There's some places that are very, very mineral rich content, and so it means like iron. So there's everything is just like rust looking, which is interesting. Um, some of it's different temperatures, so some of it's like so hot you can't stand it. They like that, and some of it's a little bit cooler, but it's got to be pretty hot, otherwise they don't want to deal with it. So it's it's all volcanic around here. Some my favorite places, and this sounds weird and horrible, but I like the sulfur smelling ones because there's like actual volcanoes here, and it just feels like there's some places that are outdoors, which is really cool. So my favorite memories from 2 times ago was coming here in the winter and with my whole family, because my kids were small enough you could do this at the time. We're just sitting there buck naked, and had my kids like just piling snow on top of my head, which is so cool. Um, but I'm probably gonna do that instead of Rook. Hello, kids.
Are you streaming?
I am streaming.
Oh.
Are we gonna go to onsen?
Yeah. Do you want to go?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I definitely want to go. Cool. Go ask Okasan how long before we go. Just give me an idea. I need them. No. Well, and then I just everybody.
How do you reach the global Wi-Fi phone?
Do what?
How do you reach that phone?
What do you mean how I reach the phone? It's like Wi-Fi, just like anything else.
I know, but how did you get it there?
I am taller than you, and I put it there. Just set it on the windowsill. It's really not that hard.
You just went out?
Oh, it's on the inside of the house, dude. That's just sitting against the window. I didn't like teleport it to the other side of the window. Though it would probably work better if I did.
Pretty much right now.
Okay, cool.
But we don't have like a time limit. Like if you want to stay behind like 5 minutes, just like if you need 5 minutes to wrap up, then.
Okay. All right, I have 5 minutes to wrap up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, that's not as nice. Hmm. I mean, it's not a special case. Oh, that looks wretched. Definitely not a skill path. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. Okay. And also, so there's what I get to study next time. Wish I could like print it out and read it at the onsen, but that wouldn't work anyways. It's hot, isn't it? Yeah, I don't want to like waste their energy. All right, short day today. I'm in Japan. It'll be a little bit weird for a bit. But, good enough for today. Until next time. Ja mata today. Sayonara.